How all over the place it is. No kids yet on her second marriage. I hope she thinks about having kids. Well, you better. You know what happens if those eggs dry up? Like, yeah, once the eggs dry up, cats just instantly, like, just jump for the face. Cats can smell that, by the way. If anyone didn't know that, cats can smell if you don't have eggs. If you've lost your eggs, if you're barren as a woman, cats can scent it. And as soon as they do, bite. They go right for the face. Wife. Anyone who doesn't know this already. Short for traditional wife, used in alt-right circles to refer to women that embody traditional feminine and wifely qualities. My. Submissiveness, chastity, willingness to do household chores, etc. She wants children and is fine with me working so she doesn't have to. It's possible that she would make a good tradwife. Yeah, very popular in alt-right circles, incel circles. Obviously, it's a dog whistle if ever there was one. All right, definitely in the hashtag alt-right, and it's a pretty popular one. It's known. All right, people know what this word is. It's not like it's a secret. Now, either Ben Shapiro is on the I gotta defend the Nazis wagon right now, or he just feels that now's a good time to. Now's a good time to defend her. So, anyone who doesn't know who Rebecca Lewis is, by the way, I'll make this bigger for you. Rebecca Lewis is the wonderful individual who wrote the Alternative Influence Network, the academic paper that basically pointed out how there's a pipeline that you can go down if you're watching YouTube videos. You start watching one YouTube video, you might watch Joe Rogan, and then Joe Rogan has on Dave Rubin, and then Dave Rubin has, let's say, Stefan Molyneux. Stefan Molyneux has on Jared Taylor. Jared Taylor has on Richard Spencer. And before you know it, you are like Faraday Speaks, and you've gone down this pipeline, and you're in love with Lauren Southern. Rebecca Lewis was the one who pointed that out. So she wrote, "For those of my comments who don't seem to know, so-called tradwives are white supremacist women who devote themselves to domestic duties in the service of perpetuating the white race. It is a dog whistle meant to sound less white supremacist than it is. For those in the comments who are white supremacists, consider no longer being a white supremacist." Now, this probably would have been all there was to it. Then all of a sudden, Ben Shapiro retweets her. And, this is, you love to see it because, Ben Shapiro got way less likes and way less retweets. This is uncharacteristic for Ben. Like 119 retweets, 1.8 thousand likes. Like, obviously, not doing that great.
Is actually beyond me. I suppose it's because the norm now is that both parents have to work, which is not good for kids, I think, generally. I think dumping them in daycare centres from their earliest years is probably a bad idea, but I suppose that's something that we'll find out the consequences to in about 10 or 20 years. But I watched this this clip about the tradwife.
If he's referring to same-sex couples, we already have the data on that. It's very conclusive. There is no difference in terms of the well-being of the children, in terms of their ability to come out, not have any kind of psychological damage, to be just as well-adjusted as any other children in any other family. Every single peer-reviewed study that comes out about this has pretty much stated, irrevocably, that this is just the case. So to state anything else is just being a horrible bigot. That's all there is to it.
The pre-60s era.
Whoa! Is everyone seen this? Right above me right now. Welcome to the show, Trad Chad Dad. How lovely of you to join us. Good timing.
Week he'd just give his wage packet to her, and then she, being the organizer of the house, would divvy up where the money goes, and then give him a few pennies to go to the pub with that evening.
And there's no other way of doing it. Like that's the only way. That's basically just going to have to be our lives from here on out. We need the men to go harvest the coal, as is the only career befitting a strong alpha male. You come back in your coal blackface, and then you hand over the widgets to your wife, and make sure she's tradding it up.
See a problem with that? It seems kind of wholesome, actually. I think people were probably overall happier when they knew where.
There's nothing more wholesome than men in coal mines and women sewing back at home. That's pretty much the most wholesome image I could conjure up, personally.
It as if it is a competition. Oh, we need to be beating the men at this, beating the men at that. It's like, why? Like what's won in this competition?
And lest we forget, of course, Sargon of Akkad was also the individual who said when he was ripping into Destiny and his whole cuckoldry, as he put it, that women can just become impregnated on the streets. They just need a little organization, right? I mean, it's very easy. Yeah, it's quite simple. If we just take women. See, we take the women and we organize. See, we organize and we can impregnate them. Well, at the same time, what on earth is this 25th century Tradwife horror? Come on now, for fuck's sake, ladies. Socialist sister.
I think a lot of women do have these kind of domestic nesting instincts. And I don't think there's anything wrong with...
I knew that was coming. We're getting to their innate nesting abilities, right? I mean, ladies, we know deep down you're all birds, really. You're just a bunch of flock of birds. You want to get the nest and put it in order, and just wait for, little Sargon to come along and impregnate you.
This is neo-Nazi propaganda, you absolute tossers. Is it, though? Is it? Is it neo-Nazi propaganda? From the BBC. Do you hear yourself? You fucking lunatic. Submitting, fucking mitting. Oh, there's a woman with a chip on her shoulder. If this is true, not just the headline writer, I pity her daughters and the female partners of her children.
Oh, man. Like, there's so many expressions, like so many colloquialisms in British slang that I wish we had. Tossers is a big one. Like, I really wish we got to use tossers more often. That's just fantastic. And yeah, as we pointed out earlier, Tradwife, the expression, yeah, it's a dog whistle. It's an alt-right dog whistle.
But she's not... Is she saying that her daughters have to do this? Or is she just saying that she wants to do this? Why are we being so angry about this? What does it threaten if some women choose to do this? But that's the thing, isn't it? It threatens to undermine the feminist narrative of the last 50 years, that women can have it all, they're strong and empowered, and they can conquer everything. Except there's an absolute epidemic of women whose eggs have dried up, and now they're cradling their cats and looking forward to going back to feeding them while they're working long hours at the office, and eventually will die alone in their apartment, and their cats will eat their faces. That's what.
Oh wow! Holy shit! Did you hear that? Their eggs will dry up. It's a matter of time. Ladies, if you want to preserve those eggs, you better watch out. If your eggs ain't preserved, your future, it's dark. What do you have to look forward to? Cats will literally eat your face. All over the place it is. No kids yet on her second marriage. I hope she thinks about having kids. Well, you better. You know what happens if those eggs dry up? Once the eggs dry up, cats just instantly... just jump for the face. Cats can smell that, by the way. If anyone didn't know that, cats can smell if you don't have eggs. If you've lost your eggs, if you're barren as a woman, cats can scent it. And as soon as they do, bite. They go right for the face. But can you imagine how much fun it would be growing up in Hawaii? Aw, look at that. He's a little flirt, In between being just like a really creepy incel, he takes time. He takes the time to slow it down, bring it back. And then he gets a little flirty. The door is closing fast, honey. You don't want that door to slam in your face. Otherwise, the cats will get you. I can't believe Taylor Swift is about to turn 30. She looks so young. It's strange to think that 90% of her eggs are already gone. 97% by the time she turns 40. So I hope she thinks about having kids before it's too late. She'd be such a fun mom. This is so fucking creepy. This is so weird. Oh man. Why can't you just say I want to fuck Taylor Swift? That would still be creepy. It would be creepy as fuck because you're twice her age, but that would still be less creepy than you skirting around the issue and saying I really, really wished I could fertilize her eggs. Really wish my semen could reach her, and then at which point they'd fertilize her, proud Aryan babies for me. Holy fuck, Stefan Molyneux. Just when you think you couldn't get any worse. No. How could you? Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. This was a simpler time. This was the right time. Look at this. Proud Aryan babies. Proud Aryan children. All around the dinner table. Fresh pie. Most likely a meat pie. The kid's drinking beer. Kid's getting shit-faced out of his mind. The mother slicing up what could be a ham. Or something else. The horse coming in through the window, eating from the same meal. The doggy. The doggo is pretty cute. I can't take that one away from you. And who is this? Creepy little man in the shadows. I believe that's me. That's Sargon. That's Sargon in the background. This is where he thinks he is. just off in the shadows, watching, waiting, biding his time. You can see what he's looking at. He knows those eggs are ready. Oh yes, he sees those eggs over there, just waiting to be fertilized. And Sargon knows what to do. Yeah.
Did you enjoy what you just watched and now crave more nectar of the damned? Did you know that if you're watching on YouTube, you're only getting half the surfy experience? We upload all of our content commercial and censorship-free to our Patreon. Due to the general demonetization of our videos, we now upload half of our original content directly to those who can help us produce this show. Want even more nectar than that? Well, come join us at twitch.tv/TheSerfsTV, where we do weekly live streams, debates, interviews, AMAs, and more. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you can help support our show 100% free by subscribing to our Twitch channel. So come join us, be merry, and know that your support is helping us do great things.
Like pay rent and eat.
We would first and foremost like to thank our god, Nicholas Marx. We worship at your temple. We would like to thank our monarch, Elsie Hupp. Your generosity has made this entire thing possible. We would like to thank our lords, Ricky Pilgrim, I'm Raft, and Michaela Schmidt. You are the pillars of our organization. To our Knights of the Surf Table, Paul Parfit, Daniel Kahn, Fair Tahan, Clement Chutzkoff, Schizosaurus, Josh Mickelson, Dr. Zayas, Cooper Pilot, Andre Lynn Epperly, Dylan Bith, Terry, Todd Buckingham, Jed Lewis, Todd Lajeunesse.